everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and holiday. Today is going to be this New Year's Eve silver smoky eye look. I really hope you enjoy it, and if you want to see how I got this look, please keep watching. Alright, hello my beautiful people. Today I actually wanted to do a different type of tutorial. I wanted to do a talk-through tutorial rather than a voiceover. I just felt like maybe it'd be a little bit more personal, and I just wanted to see if I like it better or not. So yeah, let me know if you like it better or if you don't really care, so I can just keep going back and forth. Let's get started. Alright, so as always I'm starting with a completely clean face and moisturized because I have really dry skin. The reason you want to moisturize before you put on your makeup is so you won't have like any dry patches, because makeup will stick to it. So yeah. Alright. Now, since this is like a New Year's Eve look, or like nice glam look, I'm actually going to be using something a little bit different. I really wanted it to be like a really sharp edge. So what I'm going to be using for this is tape. Any tape is going to work. It doesn't matter the brand. I think this is from like a dollar store. But I'll just take a big piece of tape. I'll put it on the back of my hand, just so when I put it, because your eye area is really sensitive, you don't want it to be too sticky when you remove it, because it could hurt your eye. So let's put it on the back of my hand, take it off, just so it'll be less sticky, but still sticky. And then I'll just put it like in a diagonal. It's going to be really hard to do with one hand. Alright, it should kind of look like that. You kind of need to measure it like from the end of your eyebrow. It just depends on how you want it. I don't want it to be like straight like where my eyebrow is. I kind of want it to be a little bit more out. So I left a little room from the tip of my eyebrow to the tape. So yeah. The next thing you're going to want to do is, of course, prime your eyes. I'm going to be using a different eye primer this time. I got this in one of my bags. I want to say this is from my Ipsy bag. I could be lying. Don't quote me on it. It is the Thank Me Later eye primer, and it's from the brand Elizabeth Mott. I used this I think like once or twice already, and I kind of like it. No complaints. So I'm going to be using that. I'm going to put it all over my lid. Get a generous amount, but like honestly not too much, because then your eyes are going to be all slick and stuff. And you're going to want to put it all the way up to the brow bone. Alright, now that I've done that, I'm going to go in with my eyeshadow palette. Now, I will say this. The main part, which is the silver part that I'm doing, is drugstore. I know that this is a little bit steep, but the colors I'm using in here can easily be duped at anything at the drugstore, you know, so you don't have to go out and spend a bunch of money just to get like 2 or 3 colors that I'm using from this. I just don't personally own any drugstore makeup that are these colors. I'm really weird about buying like the same colors more than once, because I feel like, oh my god, I really don't need that color in my, collection. So yeah. I'm going to be using this one, but use whatever you want. It doesn't have to be this. It'll still look good with anything from the drugstore. I'm ranting. Whatever. Okay. So I'm going to be using like kind of like the middle, well, yeah, the middle quad. I'm going to be starting with this shade up here. And the reason I don't like, well, it's the middle shade. So yeah, it should be called Lazarus. Because Kat Von D's palette like doesn't have like the colors. So I don't know, I get all confused. I'm going to be using like a big fluffy brush. This one's from BH Cosmetics. I love using this one for just like applying, not in the crease, but like above the crease, like that like transition color. This is like my favorite brush to use for that, as you can tell, because I've used it in every tutorial. I'm just going to get that color and put it, like I said, above my crease. This eye is going to be really like a gray, black, silver, smoky eye. Alright, now that I've done that, I'm going to be taking this other kind of gray color right here. Should be called, I don't know, all these names are weird. I'm just going to tell you what color it is. I'm taking this color right here. And I'm going to be taking this small kind of pointed like pencil brush. It's a BH Cosmetics brush and it's a 105 brush. I don't know, I really do like this brush. So I'm going to take that color just on the tip of this brush and I'm going to place it kind of like in my crease, but not any lower or any higher yet. So kind of just like pencil it in. Don't go too crazy with it, because once you add too much color, it's hard to take the color off. So just start little by little. And just keep adding more color as you desire. Now you cannot blend out with this brush. I'm just doing like windshield wiper motions to really get the color in there, but we are going to blend it out later once we add the black. Alright, I zoomed it in a little more because I felt like it was too far. So now that we're done with that color, we're going to add some black now. And I'm going to go in with this Sephora blending brush. It's number 71. Once again, I'm just going to take a little bit of color on the tip of my brush and just add it on the outside, kind of go in, blend it in, but starting with very little product at a time. Because even if you are using Kat Von D eyeshadows, they're crazy pigmented and they will apply a lot of color if you go in with a lot of color at first. So use caution. Really get the black there. It's really good that you have the tape there because it's easier to blend with the tape because then you won't be going too crazy. Then kind of slowly but surely blend that black into the crease and try not to get it on your eyelid like I just did. Try to keep it in the crease. If you get it on the lid, it's a lot harder to apply the silver and make it really stand out all on its own. I kind of do circular motions by the tape when you're putting the black on the edges. Just makes it easier for me. I don't know. And then start blending that in. Alright, so now that I have enough black on the eye as I want it to look, I'm going to kind of try to blend it up a little bit to kind of make it like look smoky. Alright, I feel like that is smoky enough, so now I'm going to move on to adding the silver. Alright, for this step I'm going to be using two types of silver. I'm going to be using the Color Tattoo Metal 24 Hours. This is by Maybelline. And it looks like this. What color is this? It's the color 60 Silver Strike. And I'm going to be topping that with my finger, but my nails are crazy long, so I know that my nail will dig into the product, so I'm going to have to use a brush. But in my personal opinion, I feel like it works way better when you use your finger. So try it out. But I definitely recommend both of these products. The Infallibles are amazing. I own them in like several colors, so definitely check these out. Even if you don't want the silver one, check them out. Alright, I'm first going to start off with the Color Tattoo. I'm just going to be taking this flat brush. It's a Morphe M421. Obviously I already used it. And I'm just going to put it in the product. I really wish I could use my finger for this, but it's whatever. And I'm just going to kind of like dab and drag. It literally looks like liquid metal. And it looks even better when you use your finger. it should look like that. And since this is kind of like a wetter texture, you're going to want to set it. At least I feel like you should set it. Alright, now I'm going to go in and set it with the L'Oreal Infallible. I'm going to go in with the same brush, doesn't really matter. Just a different side. I'm going to use this all over the lid. Alright. Super Goddess. Alright, now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with this other fluffy BH Cosmetics brush that I'm obsessed with. It says that this is the BH Cosmetics 101. I'm just going to kind of go all over just to make sure that, you know, it all just blends together. And you kind of want to keep that outer corner like smoky and black. So if some silver falls over there, just go back in with your black eyeshadow, which is what I'm going to do right now. Alright, perfect. Now I'm just going to highlight my brow bone with that white shade in the Kat Von D palette. It's a matte shade, it's not like a shimmer, but alright, perfect. So now that I'm done with the eyeshadow, I'm finally going to take the tape off. Some people like to keep it on for their eyeliner to make it like I am obsessed with this stuff. It's drugstore, it's very affordable, and it like kind of, I want to say it turns into like a matte black, and that's why I really like it. And it's super easy to use. I love the brush. Yeah, just love it. I also do really enjoy gel liner. I have a really amazing Inglot gel liner, but when I use kind of like glittery stuff like this, I don't prefer it. It just tugs and I just don't want to mess with it. So liquid liner it is. Alright, I will start from like the corner of the eye like I always do, and then just swoop it up. Give it a nice little flick. Make sure I don't have too much product. Alright, they're not really even, but whatever's. I'll live. Now I'm going to be applying some mascara. I'm going to be using the Maybelline, the Rocket Volume Express. I really do love this one. Now, I will tell you all this. This look would look a billion times better with false eyelashes. But I'm terrible at putting them on. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I suck at it. So I need to master that before I put them on. But yeah, it would look really good with some falsies. Alright, so now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with the Marc Jacobs Highliner in black. Funny story, I mentioned I got this in my Sephora play box, and I used it on my waterline, but I used it to tightline, and I fell in love with it because it doesn't like smear anywhere else. It doesn't go in your bottom lash line. It just stays at your top lash line. And I did mention it in a video, you know, kind of just like in passing, and I guess like my sister really paid attention to it and she bought me the full size for Christmas because I'm already running out of this one. So I was like, oh, what a thoughtful gift. But yeah, I'm obsessed with this currently. This is like my holy grail for like tight lining because it does not transfer. So yeah. So first I'm going to be concealing these super dark under eye circles with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Obsessed with this. I'm in the shade Vanilla, which is light 2. Yes. I'm running out of this, so I just bought a new one recently because I got a gift card for Christmas. Alright, now I'm going to set it with my Shade Light Contour and Highlight Kit. I'm going to be mixing the two lightest shades. This is my favorite thing to set highlight with. and now that I have set it, I'm going to go in with my powder foundation. It's the It Cosmetics CC Plus Airbrush Perfecting Powder. It has SPF of 50. You guys know how much I like my sunscreen. Or SPF for that matter. And I'm going to use my damp beauty blender for it. I think it works nice. People, I don't know if anyone has ever tried this before, but I really like putting on this powder with a damp beauty blender. I really think it just looks like flawless. I don't know. And just so you know, it has not ruined my powder or anything like that. It still works beautifully. I just like the way it looks, I guess. Alright, now that I'm done with that, I'm going to lightly contour because my eye makeup is so dramatic already. I'm going back in with the Kat Von D Shade Light Contour and Highlight Palette. I'm going to use this one. I know it looks like a mess, guys, but I literally use this every day. Not for contouring purposes, but for setting my under eye powder. So that's why it looks like a mess. And it's really hard to keep clean because they're really powdery, but they work beautifully. It's hard to explain. Alright, you always want to make sure that you start from the top because you don't want it to make it look like it's coming out from nowhere. And slightly just bring it down. Go with a very light hand because once you apply a crap load of contour, there's no going back. I know people say that you can put setting powder to clean it up, but that just doesn't work for me. Never has, honestly. It looks a lot darker on camera than it does right here, so don't think I'm going crazy with it. I really get it over here to make sure it doesn't look like my contour is coming out of nowhere. See the difference? And of course I'm going to apply a little bit to my temple area and a little bit of my forehead, even though my forehead's not that big. Just add a little, just so it won't look like my contour comes out of nowhere. Gotta make it all work. Gotta make it all flow. Alright, so now that I'm done contouring, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of bronzer. Too Faced Soulmates and Ross and Rachel. I never found Carrie and Big. I'm mad about it. Okay. And just, a little bit of bronzing. Alright, and before I add blush, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Illuminator in Starlight. And I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush in A23. I got this combo, I think it was Cyber Monday, that if you bought one of these, you got this for free. So, score! I usually like doing highlighter before I do blush, so, but usually I always forget. But if I had to choose, a little bit above my brow, a little bit on the nose, Cupid's bow. Alright. I'm going to go with my blush. Going in with just a regular blush brush. I'm going to use this Super Duper Natural blush by MAC. I'm not a huge blush person, so I don't own a lot of blushes, quite honestly. Ooh, got too much. So, whatever. I'm going to go back in with the bronzer brush. Kind of buff it all out. Alright, so now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go back in with my Shade Light Eye Palette by Kat Von D. I'm just going to do some eyeshadow on the lower lash line. I'm just going to do kind of the outer parts. And I'm going to use that same brush that I used the silver with no additional product because it should still have some. And put it on the inner part of the eye. Then with the shade that I used to highlight my brow bone, I'm just going to pop that in the inner corner. Kind of brighten it a little bit. In the last two steps of the eyes, I'm actually going to use this white eyeliner in my waterline. Don't want to tell you the brand because I don't want you to judge me, but any white eyeliner will work. The NYX Pencil and Milk works really well, but I always get that everywhere when I use it, so. And the reason I chose to use white is because since the eye is so smoky, you kind of just want it to like open your eye up a little bit. Voluminous by L'Oreal. And alright, and for the absolute final step, lipstick. The lipstick I'm about to use is actually really dry, so I'm going to add a little bit of EOS lip balm, just a tad, don't go crazy, just kind of dabbing it because I don't want to put too much. Now I really wanted a super red lip, so first I'm going to be going in with the MAC lip liner in Cherry. I'm going to line the whole lips and fill them in. Alright, and to top that lip liner off, I'm going in with MAC's ever famous Ruby Woo. Like I said, this thing is so freaking dry, it makes me mad, but I love the color, so I'm gonna have to live with it. See, I really love Ruby Woo. It's just so red, but girl, it is so dry. But yeah, that is it for this look. Hallelujah, we have finally finished. Alright everyone, that is it for this look. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really did like doing the talk through. I don't know, maybe I'll go back and forth between talk through and voiceovers, just depending on my mood, I guess. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. The price of the cab or an Uber or a Lyft, it's going to be 10 billion times less expensive than getting pulled over, getting a ticket, being thrown in jail, and having to pay off that ticket. Like, just don't do it. It's going to be on your record. Like, please don't drink and drive. That's like my biggest pet peeve. Don't text and drive either, because really gets to me. But yeah, please be safe, and I will see y'all in the new year. But yeah, that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next year, stay golden. Bye. Is there any reason why I'm out of breath? MAC's ever famous Ruby Root. Gonna be 10 billion times more cheaper. More cheaper? I kind of look like Morticia Adams. Please tell me why. Kind of just doubting it. I'm just kidding, it's embarrassing. Stop.